think I just said this isn't a good situation. I don't think I said anything really.
Okay. So you just said it is a bad situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Does the collar look familiar as far as the gems that are on it?
To any of you, or
To any of us?
you definitely see that the gems on it look like they're onyxes,
That fits.
and one of them is a little cracked.
Interesting. Locke tilts his head and looks at the Drake, and he says, points at the cracked onyx and says, "Has that always been damaged, or did you somehow just smash it?"
He looks outward to you. It's like, what is damaged?
The gem on your collar.
He looks down upon his collar and sees that it is indeed cracked, and he just goes like, "Well, would you look at that?"
This really doesn't sound good, guys. I think we should get out of here. He's gonna break free and hurt us.
We could give him lunch.
He's moving closer. Why?
Whereas
I didn't do anything, Mr. Dragon.
I can test out the limits of what I am capable of now. Starting with this little morsel.
Please help me.
Venice is
Well-
gonna try to pull Naru behind him.
Well, good sir. And Locke reaches towards his umbrella and starts removing the rapier that's hidden within it.
Harkin is going to attempt
you
to
are
cast Calm
you are unaware-
Emotions.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. So one at a time. Venice,
blocks
you
first.
you. What you say?
Oh, go with Venice and blocks first.
Yeah, Venice, you pull Neru behind you. Blocks. What are you gonna do with the rapier?
Locke just holds the rapier out. He isn't threatening the dragon with it specifically, but he is, letting him know there is something here.
Okay.
Well, good sir, you have some idea of your limits. You don't know ours. I would recommend that you not do this.
Nice. And Rattles, you said you wanted to cast Calm Emotions, right?
Yep.
On the Drake, right?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead. Cast it.
If I can remember how to target, there we go. Bing. I mean, it doesn't really do anything, but okay.
This would be much better.
Does it not let you cast it?
Well, no, I clicked it and it gave me the choice for the spell thing, and then it didn't do anything.
Oh, it's because you
I
don't have any
see why.
Do you no longer have any second level spell slots?
I do not, but
Okay.
if that's the case, then I'm going to gesture behind the Drake towards the back of the train car and cast Sleep.
Oh. Okay, go ahead.
I guess I can't edit videos on
I
Twitch.
sure love.
I'll have to do it on YouTube.
Rattle says that he can edit for you afterwards, Mal.
Okay, I'm
Yeah, I
just
can.
gonna unpublish it for now.
Yeah.
Like, I restarted the stream. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
Rattle's gonna edit it for you. Don't worry.
Thank you, dude.
E.
I don't want to get
Okay.
banned.
Sorry about that, Rattles. Go on.
I have it targeted, but it does. Oh, I'm a dumbass. I have to. Put
Yeah, you gotta
it
place
somewhere.
it down. It's like one of those AOE spells.
I'm so sorry, Blocks.
Oh,
Okay. 17 is the roll. So, let's see. Innocent.
I like how it then gave me the thing for calm emotions.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Let's see. Da-da-da.
Oh, so do you have to be in the yellow tiles to be affected?
Yes, you are
Yes,
safe.
and
Okay.
your HP has to be within like the 17 range, which unfortunately
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna affect blocks or the dragon since
Damn.
their HPs are too high.
Damn.
The dragon looks over to you, feeling your attempted bewitchment, and looks at you and goes like, "You're just like that other one, attempting to use foul witchery upon me."
I wouldn't say it's foul. You were supposedly sleeping, if I recall. I simply wanted to help you out.
All of you are the same. I will devour you all. You
Would you
see
like
he
an
extends.
alpaca first?
You see.
Home
You see he extends his neck towards you to try and bite. Blocks are narrow, but immediately when he does, his body becomes tased, like shocked by the collar, and he is so much in pain that he gets put in towards the ground.
Oh my god.
Well, I suppose that answers the question about if he would try to eat us if we took it off.
What is wrong with this train?
It is run by Charlatans. Good dragon. Or would it be Weavern?
I am a Drake.
Fair. Good Drake. We mean you no harm or insult. We just wish to pass. And we might release you at some point. How would that feel? How would you feel about that?
One mortal has already made promises to me. I will not trust another.
Do you have the name of this mortal, or do you remember how they look?
An onyx,
That figures.
a pale imitation of my kind.
Did they have more angular features or more curvaceous?
He spits out in your direction. They all look curvy in my eyes.
Oh no.
Just walking flesh blobs, ready to be eaten.
Alright, then we'll try another approach for identity. Were they wearing a green dress?
He just looks like they were wearing green rags, yes.
That is all I needed to know.
Did somebody cast a spell again?
I did! I can't turn it off!
I was like, what are you...
It won't let me turn it off. Wait a minute.
Hold on. Okay, yeah, you casted it on yourself.
It's fine.
Okay, there you go. Okay. Sorry about that, Blocks. What did you say before that?
He asked the Drake about if their captor had green dress, and yeah, that was confirmed.
Yeah.
So he said, yeah, that scans. Yeah, I figured that. Did you happen to catch their smell?
He just said, sweet smell,
Yes.
not unlike a flower.
Interesting way to put it. If you had to describe the flower, what would it look like?
He says, I know not of your flowers. I just know of the smell.
That is fair. Thank you.
Mr. Blocks? Damien told me that Erud had the scent of lavender on her. Maybe that's what could have been who it was, maybe?
Indeed.
Everyone just goes against the wall.
Denise is like speaking softly to Harkin for a moment. And then sort of guides her to the Drake.
Blocks resheaths his rapier into his umbrella case.
Would this
Neru,
perhaps be proof of our word? And she's going to hold out her hand to the Drake and cast Cure Wounds.
Oh. Yeah, you can go ahead and do that for the Drake.
Because it's not fun being tased. Where the fuck did my character sheet go? There it is. I mean, it
Ooh.
doesn't do much, but
That fancy ass animated effect. Uh, you see that the wounds from being electrocuted by the collar begins to get healed by your magic as he looks towards in your direction and goes like, "You would help me. What is this?"
We are not with them, sir. We are passengers on this train.
it seems everyone is trying to get off.
Hmm. It is within my pride to give you something in return for assistance. There was one who passed through here, of onyx color, requesting that I also try to cause what you would call a ruckus in this train. They did something to my collar, allowing me freer movement.
But you
Interesting.
can't attack anybody.
No. And when I tried escaping, some sort of bewitchment fell over me. I fell into a deep slumber until now.
I feel you're being used, sir, and I feel the person or people that have collared you are trying to use you as a wild attacker.
In which case, I also was beckoned to use my breath.
Hmm. Have you used your breath of late?
Just once.
Hmm.
This mortal asked me to shoot it outwards when she opened the train doors.
Aha! Was it within the past 12 hours?
I do not know of your hours, only that it was when the train went dark.
Hmm.
What kind of breath does the Blue Drake do? Like lightning?
Yep. Ignition breath.
Okay.
This explains some things.
And it shot its breath like throughout the train, or
No,
like out
like,
outside of the train?
Whoever beckoned it to do this opened the train doors on the side here and
Okay.
beckoned it to shoot its breath outwards at nothing.
Okay.
And supposedly at nothing. Or something. Just what? I'm not sure. Hmm.
You wouldn't happen to know anybody missing a boot, would you?
No.
Yes, that is a good line of questioning. Has the person with dark scales left the doorways wearing some kind of technological boot of some kind, something to wear on the foot that allowed them to stick to the walls and floor?
No.
Hmm.
Has anyone left by these doors while the train's been moving?
Only one.
Can you describe them, sir?
The same one that beckoned me to breathe outwards.
Hmm.
The flower smeller.
Yes.
Hmm. Your testimony would be very useful. So I fear for your life. I suspect the person with the flower smell has unscrupulous plans for you. And that would be, I think that would be crucial to our info if we could remove your collar. However, if we remove your collar, you could do all kinds of damage to us. So there's a trust issue here.
He looks at you all and goes like, I do you a service in equal payment to the kindness you have shown me. Nothing further.
I may have gone deaf for a moment, but did we ever learn your name?
Saphira.
So,
That's a lovely name.
yes, it is quite a lovely name.
What was the name?
Saphira.
Oh, okay. Discord's being a little odd today.
Well, sir. Thank you very much for your correspondence. But I think, unless we can think of something more important to ask you later, we'd best be on our way.
Hold.
Yes?
You have the scent of another of my kind upon you.
Curious. Do tell.
Not a drake, but something close.
Let's
Um,
come closer just in case he needs a better smell.
bird, perhaps?
What do you say?
A bird, perhaps?
No. I smell the scales upon you.
Another of your kind. We have not seen any of your kind on this train.
A brass dragon.
Ah,
Smells familiar.
yes. We are partnered with one such, but they are born, I believe. Unless there's some sort of polymorph going on.
Then it is as she said then.
Hmm?
I would have one more to ask of you mortals then.
Then please ask.
You see, he moves from his position and reveals something that's hidden in a patch of hay in the car. And it looks like to be a resplendent sapphire-looking egg.
Huh?
Bring this to the one of brass scales. That is all you need to know.
Blox looks over just to see if anyone else moves to take it.
Denise is just like, you're like, she'll like it, go. You're the one doing this.
Blox moves close enough to lift the egg and kindly slips it into his coat pocket. I presume the egg isn't some sort of Flintstone size beach ball kind of thing.
No, but it is beach ball sized.
Oh boy. Oh.
Yeah. It's not overly heavy, but it's kind of like a suitcase weight almost.
Mr. Blocks, you can give me the egg. I need you to be able to fight.
That is a good point, son. We will probably have to stash this someplace very, very safe. But we won't let it come to harm if we can
The
help it.
dragon turns its head towards you, Neru, and just goes, "If you were to break this egg, Color or not, I will come for you, small one.
Okay, I won't drop it. I promise.
She's not very popular with anyone of the animal persuasion.
Apparently not.
If the egg comes to harm, good dragon, I will point you towards the one that broke it. How about that?
See that you do.
Blocks moves the egg and offers it to Nehru.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Blocks. I promise to take good care of this.
I suspect you will. Be well, sir. And
You see the dragon kind of goes back to its resting state.
Okay, well, let's get out of here.
Perhaps our dragonborn friend has some sort of teleportation thing to bring contraband back to wherever he stores stuff. I don't know. I don't know them.
Let's see, we have another locked door.
Yep.
This is a bit like a
Bless you.
treasure hunt. We don't know what kind of animal is going to be behind the door next.
Does it need to be picked as
Yep.
the lock? Okay.
You can do a sleight of hand check with advantage.
Light of hand with advantage. And
Go ahead and roll it again since you have advantage.
oh right, yep. Ooh. These rolls tonight.
Okay. You managed to unlock this door as well.
Lock slides his lock picking tool back into his coat pocket. They're very good about security here. Not yet a sloppy door. Oh no.
Oh no.
Why did he say, oh no?
Isn't this exciting?
The minute
It's
you
not.
go, the minute you go through blocks, you just hear a little high-pitched hiss on the right side. And when you look to your right, you see what looks like to be a amalgamation of different creatures of some kind. I'll share the picture.
Oh my god.
Look at how cute it is.
You look at how cute it is.
You see as you go through this cat just goes, "Intruders!
Oh, you also speak. That is a relief.
Get out, all of you!
What do you say?
Get out, all of you! Get out! Intruders!
Absolutely. We just run
Hiss,
away
I
through.
say! Hiss!"
Yes, we get it. Hiss.
It's
And,
like that
you-
cat in
when you try to-
Majesty.
When you try to go for the door, he's gonna try and use numbing breath on you.
Oh, brother. Would poison
Hold on.
resistant or
Can Venice and Blocks please roll for con saving throw?
sure.
Oh
And
boy.
he has damage resistance for poison. Remember?
It's not a poison.
Oh, okay.
Just curious though, what is the nature of this? Like, is it like what is the nature of this spell? Let's see.
It's not a spell. It's like a
element?
it's a natural ability. It's like an invisible breath that he's breathing out, or not invisible, but like kind of like clear gas that he's like letting out.
Would I need to do a Constitution saving throw if I don't have to breathe?
Oh shit.
Oh.
You're
Damn.
right.
Cool.
You know what? Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, completely forgot you don't need to breathe. But yeah, blocks. Go ahead and oh, you already rolled it.
Yep.
DC 11. Okay, nice. You feel the breath washing over you, but luckily, you're sturdy enough that you're resisting against the paralysis effects of the breath. As the cat just continues hissing in your direction.
Box puts his knuckles on his hips, and he looks at the cat and tilts his head. If that's your Sunday punch, please just sit down and be quiet so he can go by. And he turns and looks towards the door and tries to see if it needs to be picked. Oh, it didn't appear to be locked. I don't know if that was DM intentional.
Yeah, it's not locked.
Okay. He looks back at the cat. Now you be quiet. Oh,
You know,
oops,
Naru, the faster you move, the faster we can get out of this room.
Naru's like frozen in fear.
Oh, okay. I think. All right. I think my Discord's doing weird things because people are going robotic, and I'm missing parts of the conversation.
Oh, you might be lagging on your side then.
what happened so far is the cat thing used numbing breath, and we resisted it.
Okay.
Box
Yeah, the
backed
cat
off.
tried to use paralysis breath on Venice and Blocks. Turns out Venice doesn't need to breathe, so the gas doesn't do anything to him. And Blocks succeeded against the con save for it.
Cool, and we're just leaving. All right, perfect.
All right. As you go into the conductor car, we're gonna take a small little aside here to go over to Damien's part of things, as he's meeting up with Yorlana in the VIP car. Give me 1 sec.
Away from that little gassy cat.
He sounds all of you.
Quiet, gassy.
It's just like, do I need to do that if I don't need to breathe?
I completely forgot you don't need to breathe. I was like, "Damn
I
it."
did too, honestly.
Literally the best plot twist.
Yeah.
Smelly cat, what are they?
Oh my fucking god.
Sorry, give me 1 sec. Editing the map to reflect your guys' choices.
Oh no.
What? Oh no.
I heard that and I heard you've chosen death.
I mean, hey, that's an option.
I mean, I am the video game. I need to change some assets around sometimes.
That's very true.
Okay, so map changer. Okay. Is everyone able to see the current scene?
I see dark.
The fucking
Okay.
camera
I see a
token.
hallway.
I mean,
Hello?
I see a very, very long hallway.
Yeah, I see
Camera
all.
token keeps
Oh, here we go.
fucking
There we go.
resetting its own goddamn vision. Sorry about that. There you go.
It's cool.
Okay, Damien, you go to the room that you were pointed to when you asked for the directions where Miss Yorlana's room is. Luckily, you were able to get through, even though the bodyguard had stood in your way, Yorlana having let you in. Oh, if it isn't my strange stranger, indeed.
What do you want, woman?
Simply have a talk.
Get on with it.
So, how is Hong nowadays?
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Mr. Damien, we can keep playing coy all day, but we all both know that you're employed by Mr. Long himself. And it's quite alright. I don't intend to reveal the certain nature of your visit here. Only that I am an old familiar acquaintance of your superior.
If that's the case, why don't you speak to him directly?
Good, but you see, crystal communication devices are rather rare nowadays, and I happen to not have one on me.
Well, that's
So I
unfortunate.
figure, why not just talk to his servant?
Careful, lady. You tread on very thin ice.
But it's true, is it not? You serve him quite loyally.
His eyes are going to, like, dangerously leer. What is it?
It is just as I said. How is Mr. Long nowadays? Has he talked of me?
No. In fact, he doesn't talk about you at all. Seeing as this is the first time I've seen you.
Long before your time, I'm afraid. Before he picked you up from that tiny little jail. It was rather savage what had happened. That whole incident.
What have you heard?
That you needed to do what needed to be done. I don't judge you. Rather kindred spirit in that aspect.
I'd hardly agree.
Perhaps a little more than you think. Come, have a seat, Mr. Damien.
I'd prefer
Since
to
you're
stand.
here. Very well. Feel free to keep skulking and darkening my hole.
He'll come into the light a little bit more, but he just prefers to stand, and he will refuse to sit, and he will just lean against the wall.
So, you and my sister had some conversation before her untimely demise.
Only brief small talk, nothing more.
I wanted to know what she spoke of to you.
Seeing as the lady is now deceased, I prefer to not divulge.
Interesting. I mean, I am her sister. I think I have the right to know, would you not say?
If she were still here, she would have told you by now what we talked about.
You would think. As cold as I might look, my sister has always been the warmer one. Always been so exuberant, it was honestly a little bit exhausting.
She had
But
kind
even
eyes.
as... What you say?
She had kind eyes.
Indeed she did. Perhaps she still does, in wherever the afterlife is. even with how open and exuberant she was, she never told me anything, even as sisters. Nothing about crushes, about needs, about little bits of sadness here and there from daily life. Not a single word.
I'm sure it must have been heart-wrenching.
In actuality, it was kind of calming. I don't like to deal with a lot of drama, you see.
Then why do you care so much about what you want she says? I fucked up that sentence, you know what I mean.
No, it's okay.
Gibber gibberish.
You got there.
Yeah, I got it. She looks to you and just says, call it me being a little sentimental. My sister did die, you know.
He's just gonna shake his head.
You see, she kind of gives a little subtle glare at you and just says, I hear that Long Industries is in a bit of a scuffle with its inner workings. Civil war within its own gangs with the new head in charge, I would say.
Everything will fall in line. As it should have been, as it always will be.
So the word says. But it appears that his new bride might be stirring the cup a little too much.
His queen leads amicably, respectfully.
Queen? Oh, gods.
That is what
He's always-
he insists I call her.
He's always been the dramatic type.
Well, I've seen her.
The Crimson Take has always been an interesting organization to me. Right after Hong took over, he needed a lot of help to, shall we say, restructure things. His previous predecessor that he wrested the throne from, shall we say, since he likes theatrics so much, ran it to be a sort of a black sheep in the eyes of the public. Protection money, scandals, brothels, secret assassination jobs.
That's unfortunate. I've never heard something like that before.
Give me one sec, sorry.
I heard the mother.
She calls.
She's probably saying, have you eaten anything? That's what she usually does.
Alright, sorry about that.
What, did she
Imagine
ask
at
you if
the
you
end.
eaten?
No, she asked me if I want this gray shirt.
Also mother actions.
Yep. And, okay, so Yorlana continues. Yes, well, it was kind of messy. So, in order to clean it up, he sought help. My family being one of such help. Though it appears... Actually, with... Oh, did someone disconnect? I heard the
Yeah.
disconnect and reconnect sound.
Yeah, I did too.
Everybody seems
Well,
to be in here.
yeah, everybody's here.
Okay, strange. Okay,
Might have been pumps.
fuck no.
I said it might have been pumps.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Oh, I was
yeah.
having Discord issues. Maybe it like disconnected. or
yeah.
something.
Let me know if you end up hearing like long bits of silence or something, Pump.
Okay.
Yorlana continues saying that So it appears, over the years, in his old age, he's forgotten what gratitude means.
Boss Hong always extends his gratitude to those who are kind to him and do favors for him. That is has always been.
Though clearly not to honor old contracts and agreements.
Where are you getting at, woman?
In exchange for my help, the young leader of the Crimson Take was to take the hand of a daughter of House Canis in marriage.
He's gonna raise an eyebrow.
Being the oldest twin, that would have been me.
Wait. Are you jealous?
I don't feel much of anything nowadays.
Uh-huh.
Our business is business.
You
went
seem
back on a
pretty-
contract.
You seem
and that
pretty...
does-
Stop lying.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You seem pretty salty.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for insight.
Oh my.
You would on an RP roll.
Right.
That, oh, bye.
Okay, so damn, I'm gonna have to give the whole farm.
T.
Yeah, she's like very closely guarded and very monotone and very like blank face, but you can tell from the way her eyes twitches that yeah, there's something there. Like she's definitely got a little bit of a chip on her shoulder.
Oh, it's true, is it not? You are upset that the old man has taken a much younger, prettier, and much craftier bride than you. Huh. The more you know.
Damn, he ain't a bard, but he do be spitting that vicious mockery though. She glowers at you with a look that, you know, if looks could kill, you'd probably be dead by now. But she continues tracing her fingers over her teacup and just says, "Business is business, Mr. Damien, and when one goes back on a contract like that, it tends to reflect poorly on both parties. In this situation, more on minds, and that will not stand."
Well, unfortunately, you are too late. The man is married. And I don't think he's going to be divorcing anytime soon.
Being that as it may, I do fear for the status of what will happen to Long Industries soon.
What do you mean?
Oh, do you not know? It would appear that one of Mr. Long's personal knives was found right on the body of Egan Baker.
Yeah, funny how
No.
that got there. You wouldn't have anything to do with it, would you?
Of course not.
You know, a beautiful, and he says, not says it in quotations, but he's being sarcastic. A beautiful woman such as yourself being stifled by one of the most powerful men in the underground? Surely you wouldn't want to get back at him, would you? No,
She-
you're a classy lady. You wouldn't do something like that. Especially if it, you know, kind of threatens your life there if you found out. What was that?
Go ahead and roll for insight, Mel.
That was out of nowhere. Oh, ho.
Yeah.
You and your RP rolls.
Hey,
Uh,
I've had bad rolls.
You She brings up her teacup to take a sip, and you notice on the reflection of the tea as she's sipping it, you can almost see kind of like a devilish grin coming off her face. And when she's done sipping, she just says, "Not at all."
Good. Now, if there's anything else, then I will take my leave. You've wasted my time enough already.
He says, "Oh, fine, very well. Go off then." He just looks in your general direction and just says, "I just wanted to take one good look at you before you'll be implicated along with Mr. Long."
That's still being worked on, and I'm sure it will resolve the way that I like it.
It will resolve in the way someone likes, to be sure.
Unless you're willing to confess now.
Confess to what, sir?
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't think I blew. But it was good of you to take me up on my invitation, Mr. Damien. I truly appreciate it. It was a good chance for me to confirm something.
He's gonna snort a puff of smoke and turns towards the door before he looks back at her. Watch yourself, lady.
She looks to the back of your neck, and when she sees something there, she starts to grimace a little, but you can't see this as you're heading out the door, and she says, "Yes. Confirmed indeed."
Where are you getting at, Max?
Maybe nothing.
Uh-huh.
Maybe everything.
Uh-huh.
Perfect answer.
You remember what I... Oh, you know what? I won't say anything yet.
No, out with it.
Suspicious.
Remember what you learned from the Firebird?
Refresh my memory.
About what happens when one of the sisters dies?
What, the pact goes to the other sister?
So you said... So you know for right now.
You okay?
Who was the last person you talked to? For Damien before the incident?
Oh god, I can't remember, dude. It's been a few weeks.
The sister, right?
Yeah.
You remember how she touched her hand?
Nope.
Well, she did.
Okie dokie. It's still going over my head, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. I'm sure one of the other members can clue you in, if they know.
Okie dokie, Annie Oakley.
I don't know, but I suspect something, but I don't have any base to fuse.
I ain't got a damn
Yeah.
clue.
I have a pretty good idea off of what the Firebird said, but have to confirm.
Okay. See, now it's immersive. Damien doesn't know either.
All I
Right,
know is
and
that
he-
he wants to kill her
I
because she's
don't
annoying.
know. She is a trifling hoe.
Uh-huh. Like, can't get mad because you're old.
Alright, let me go ahead and change maps. Give me a sec, guys.
Man, 'cause you ain't so. All you do is just pick up the phone. Do, 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 do.
Damien, you catch up with the others after having finished your meeting with your Lana. Having gone through the entire stable car, seeing the situation and mess that your group left behind in their way. And for the rest of the group, you guys find yourselves in the front conductor car.
We made it, guys.
Block squeezes the handle of his umbrella and sets the end of it against the floor, like a walking stick. Indeed.
We have questions for you.
Yeah, what the hell?
We come in peace.
Hey, what are you all doing here? This is employees only. How'd you even manage to get through the locks?
I'm asking the questions.
He's a professional.
She points at you with her magic projector prosthetic and goes like, "No, little kid, I'm the conductor here, and I'm asking the questions. What are you doing here? This is off limits to passengers."
We're investigating the multiple murders on this train.
Aren't you suspects?
That's why we're investigating. We didn't do it.
I guess, well, breaking into classified areas is kind of not reflecting well on you all either.
Hey, you know what the problem is? The chief is incompetent. He's never gonna solve this case. But us? We're professionals.
It's true.
She looks at you all and goes like, "Wait, I got some calls from my engineer saying that they ran into like a couple of weirdos. Was that all you?"
We're not weird. Tell him, Blocks.
There's other weird people on this train. It couldn't have been us. May not have been us. Specifically.
Oh, for the love of... Okay, so I'm gonna need you all to leave right now. Very sensitive work goes here. I can't just be having a bunch of passengers just middling about, especially murder suspects.
But we worked so hard to get up here.
Ma'am. The strange circumstances of this situation, you are also a suspect.
He just goes like, I understand that, but I've already given my testimony and alibi to the chief. And like I
Yes.
told him, I was up here the entire time.
It doesn't matter if you're innocent or not, you're being set up to fail, as we are. So, I would suggest we cooperate and maybe we'll save all of our tails.
She rubs her forehead. Oh, God.
Just
All right.
answer a few questions and we'll leave.
All right, fine. Jeez. Like I got enough to deal with already. Just don't touch anything.
Absolutely not. We will respect your train.
Never pulls out his notebook and flips to a certain page.
Now, Miss Constance. Is there a set of magnetic boots missing?
You mean the ones that we use to travel on top of the train?
That would be correct.
How'd you know about that anyway?
We asked.
We asked the engineers. They're assisting with the investigation.
Oh my God, I am gonna have to talk to one of them. They're not supposed to be telling any of you that. Yes. So there was a little bit of an issue, and that has been reported to the chief already. One of the pairs of magnetic boots that we use went missing.
Did you find it yet?
He looks at, no, as far as I know, thing's lost to the ether. We looked everywhere.
We have also been looking for it.
according to the Drake, the blue one, in the last car, who didn't scare me at all, someone left the train while it was moving. They would have needed the magnetic boots.
Wait, the dragon?
That's right.
He just goes like, well, first of all, you shouldn't be going around such dangerous cargo to begin with. There's a reason why we have it locked. And second, I don't know any of this going through the side stuff. All I know is the dragon was messing about after the lights went out, so we had to control it using the collar.
Well, first of all, the dragon was in the way when we were trying to get to the conductor car. That's point one. Point two, the dragon said that he used his breath outside of the train car. He was told to do it by an Onyx Dragonborn.
Are you sure? I mean, as far as I know, that dragon could be saying anything to save its life. I mean, it's not like we have it in exactly the best accommodations. Not like I agree with it, but it's not my job.
It has little reason to lie.
I don't think he's lying, but let's just say, if he were to use his breath outside of the car, what would happen? Would something happen to the train?
None particularly, other than making loud noise. And the mechanic on the right says it right? Yeah, I mean, the first time I heard that thing go off, it was like loud. Almost like an explosion in my ear.
Perhaps the noise was the point.
What happened around the time you heard the noise?
He just says, oh, well. I mean, now you mention it. Right about the lights went out, or right before, I'm not even sure I remember. Heard the gunshot go off, just like everybody else, so we went to investigate. And then afterwards, just like I told the chief, after the lights went out and there was chaos, we heard a second gunshot go off.
Oh.
This one sounded a lot louder, though.
Is it possible it was the breath that you heard and not another gunshot?
You see the mechanic on the right side, it's like, oh, yeah. I mean, I guess it sounds like a gunshot.
And is it possible that there was a conspiracy to do so at just the right time?
I mean, you got me, kid. I'm not the detective here. I'm just a conductor.
You're right. I'm the detective.
He's a professional.
How old are you?
Don't worry about my age, ma'am. We need to stick to the facts.
Huh. Are you all his supervisors? His chaperones?
Yes.
Functional.
They're my carers. They take
Uh-huh.
good care of me. They protect me. They're adults.
I am his paid bodyguard.
Alright. Well, look, I've told you pretty much all I know. Other than that, I can tell you that I was here trying to not have this train crash or anything go wrong. And then what do I hear? That apparently there was a power surge, the lights going out, my engineers in chaos, some robots going haywire. And apparently someone's been letting a dragon breathing its breath outside the side of my train. I don't get paid enough for this.
Well, we fixed the problem with your broken Warforged. You're welcome.
Thank you for bringing up the Warforged. I have another question, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I have a couple, but just pretend I said that. Number one, the camera data from the Warforged. How do we access it?
Unfortunately, I don't think we have that kind of stuff, kid. The Warforged are just kind of automated sentries. They don't really record footage, if that's what you're asking.
do they transmit camera feed anywhere to anyone?
No, as far as I know, they just see something that their runes are identified as either intruders or hostile, and they attack.
Is there anyone aboard this train that has the ability to interface with these things and give them their programming?
Other than me and the engineers, I'm not even sure. Although, I mean, it's just baseless rumor, so I wouldn't really add anything.
Well, baseless
Anything
rumors can
could be a clue, ma'am.
Well, the VIP we got on board, as far by now you all should know, is the Decanists. They're kind of like the royal family of Fairhaven.
Yeah.
Look, there's a lot of stuff that sounds unbelievable, so I'll just cut to the chase about what the rumors are. Supposedly, they come from a lineage that can freely manipulate crystal technology and all the like at free will. But, you know, at this point, I don't think it's true.
Are you aware that there is a phoenix aboard this?
Wait,
Train?
what? I don't know what you guys are talking about. Yeah, you know, she kneels down and then just looks at you seriously with a dark look and just goes like, "Just how much do you know, kid?
Wait, what did she say?
Just how much do you know, kid?"
Like I said, we're investigating, and we will chase down any lead.
She
Why
puts-
is the
she
Firebird
puts
on
a
the
hand over
train?
your mouth. Okay, kid. This detective stuff is real cute, but I'm gonna need you to look into my eyes and be serious with me when I tell you that it is imperative that you don't let what you saw there get out.
Why would that be?
He can't respond if you cover his mouth.
She looks over to you, Damien, and just goes like, "Mr. What was it, Damien? Right?
Yes.
Can you assure that this kid, as one of his chaperones, does not start blabbing his mouth about the Firebird?"
I can assure you, nothing.
Real helpful.
You might want to let him
He-
go, though.
She lets go of his mouth. Look, sorry about getting intense there, but look, a lot of jobs are at stake here about the secrecy of that thing, okay? Hell, the Sentry Sword is even supposed to stop you from going there. What the I don't know what the hell happened, but
You're worried about your job when 2 people have been killed?
he just goes like, look, you don't know the Fairhaven community, okay? I mean, they take this kind of crap very seriously. It's
You
our
would
jobs,
think.
and it's our jobs, but we let something as large as what's running the technology and train here get out, might get even deeper than that. So
Couldn't you have at least picked one that's a little nicer?
Yeah, well, we don't exactly get to choose what ancient ancestors choose deities. And I'm just an engineer. They gave me a pamphlet for this crap when I signed up.
That's unfortunate.
Him.
But I just seriously do ask you all to please keep this to yourselves. It is not a joke. And in exchange, I will try and answer anything I can.
You won't try, you will do.
He raised the brows, goes like, "Excuse me?"
You heard him.
You will not try, you will do, or we will tell everyone about the Phoenix.
He just goes like, "Ah, people in hell want ice water. Fine. What do you want to know?"
First of all, let the kid go.
Oh,
And-
she already did.
Okay. Answer his questions. Truthfully.
Alright, what do you want?
Why is the Firebird a secret?
Well, kid, when you're trying to advertise to the world about the marvels of crystal technology and electricity ran vehicles, it doesn't tend to sell very well when it's actually ran by an immortal Firebird deity.
Blox is
That's
just
fair.
laughing.
The bird scared me a little bit when I saw it.
Yeah, so you should. I'm surprised it didn't just singe you alive. All I did was introduce myself as the pilot of this thing, and it nearly burned my hair off.
Certainly tried.
And do you pay it?
In a way, apparently we give it coals and keep its flame alive, and also keep this train safe, and it's happy. I don't know the details. It's got some kind of deal with the Decanids.
I would advise watching it because I suspect it might disappear before the end of the trip.
We try to watch it, that's why the giant hallway of sentries were there, which apparently does not seem to be working as effectively as I thought. How did you all get through that safely anyway?
Don't worry about it.
Well, we tried to pass by amicably. They were not having it.
Okay, well, yes. Look, I was only told a few things when I started the detail for this round trip, alright? That we were gonna pick up the Decanids, have them stow away on this travel, not have any records of it. I don't know them, they're very capricious when it comes to that. And then apparently we were gonna go to the station where to pick up Egan Baker, and then just do our regular route, albeit with a few
Baker
extra
Station.
gifts. No. Albeit with a few extra gifts as cargo to the Decanids.
How many were with the party of the Decanid?
Just the bodyguard and the two girls, as far as I know.
Can you tell me what caused the power surge?
I mean, you talked to my engineers, right? As far as we
Sure
know,
did.
cables were getting sliced, and well, slicing up cables, and there's gonna be a power surge or two. Thankfully, thanks to the Firebird, we have essentially what's, well, I guess you can call it like a backup power generator, and it kept everything alive until we can get the situation fixed. But I think even with that, it took like almost 15 minutes to get everything back in order.
Blox comes
You
closer.
never caught the person that cut these wires?
No. I wasn't exactly in the engine room when it happened. I only heard the news over the little speakerphone that from my engineers that apparently somebody was slicing up cables.
Perhaps it wasn't a someone so much as a something.
What, you think like a monster did this or something?
We passed by a funny little smelly gassy cat on the way here, and I suspect they have claws and teeth just large enough to slice those wires the way that they were sliced.
No, I mean, I don't think it's possible. I mean, the cargo car is right beneath ours, so if that thing traveled all the way from there to the engine room, it'd have a lot of cars to go through, and as far as I know, I didn't hear anything about a Drake going through all the cars.
Who owns that cat, by the way?
Oh, that cat?
Huh?
The cat's actually one of ours.
What do you mean? Should be in the kitchen.
You have some
Well-
very rude
Like I haven't touched
employees.
it. Like you're the
She
one
just
from
looks
the
at you and
house.
goes like, yeah, well, you try being on the dime of these Fairhaven folks, and you tend to get a little grumpy too.
Who owns the funny owl griffin sheep alpaca?
Oh, the alpaca? Oh, that adorable thing. I love it. But,
What?
yeah, I mean, that, the Drake, and the cat
It's right
are
there.
apparently going to be gifts given to the Decanids. They love this kind of crap for their zoo, so we're transporting them.
Interesting.
What?
This isn't a question for the investigation, but why would you have a monstrosity such as an alpaca on board?
The alpaca. That's what you're afraid of, and not the giant sapphire drake.
Well, the drake is sentient.
Ah.
Drake? What
I-
Drake?
Oh, we didn't tell you. Yes, we met a blue drake in one of the passenger cars, and he gave us a large egg. And he mentioned you not by name, but by your scales. Thought you might know what to do with it.
Yeah, you see the egg being held with Neru.
Just gonna stare at it.
Yeah, you feel an almost compulsive feeling towards the egg.
Compulsion.
I'm gonna assume Neru is like just trying to fucking lift this thing. Like he's resting on his knees while he's fucking trying to write notes on top of it, but on a notepad.
Oh, by the way, I'm supposed to give the. Am I supposed to give the egg to Damien? Who am I supposed to give the egg to?
Basically, Damien, because the Drake said to the brass scaled one.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. All right.
Yeah.
So he is immediately going to snatch the egg away.
Oh. Okay, I was gonna give it to you.
Constance just looks at it and goes like, "Okay, I've played the fool long enough, but I'm just gonna go out and say it. Where the hell did you all get that?"
The
Oh.
dragon?
Dragon gave it to us.
The giant sapphire egg thing.
Well, you
Yes.
see, it came from the alpaca.
She looks at, well, I don't care where you got it from. Just be careful with that thing. I don't need any other explosions on my train.
Damien's gonna glare at the conductor, like, be silent.
Explosions?
Constance just looks at him and goes like, "Who spat in his soup?"
Why would you associate a drake egg with an explosion?
He looks at it and goes like, I don't know much about these sapphire drakes. I just see a giant egg-shaped thing like that and I get a little scared. I mean, I think my engineer told you about the loud sound its breath makes. God knows what the hell a young one is going to sound like.
A high-pitched version, I suppose.
Let's see. Do I have a pouch or something that's big enough to safely put it in?
I'm going to say you have like a bag of holding.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna take out my little bag of holding
Mm-hmm.
as I'm like not even realizing it, but I'm like just gently caressing the egg before I put it into the bag of holding and seal it shut.
Quite the uncle you are.
She looks over to you and goes like, normally I would say that's contraband, but hell, today's been weird enough. I don't care.
Good, because I would have killed you if you tried to take it away from me.
She just, now you see when you say shit like that,
Ma'am,
makes you kinda suspicious.
has a funny little obnoxious man been around here? And I don't mean me, I mean a smaller, more obnoxious, more flamboyant man.
Yay!
You mean Mr. Hortix?
Yes, if that is what we will call him.
No, as far as I know, he has never been on the conductor car. I mean, makes sense. He would have to get through a bunch of locked doors just to get it here.
How about your co-workers here? Have they seen him?
No, as far as I know, people just saw him in the lunchroom.
Hmm.
And then apparently, thanks to what you guys figured out, near the body for Mr. Egan Baker.
Yes, he was discovered having violated the body post-destruction.
She looks at you and goes like, ugh, can you not describe it like that?
I'll describe it how it is needed.
Ugh. Look, do you have any more questions? I need to be getting back to my job.
That will be all, ma'am. But I may come back if I learn more.
He says, well, so long as you don't mind going through the alpaca again.
Oh, not the alpaca.
Remember, we're trying to save our tails and possibly yours, because they're
We
trying to
found,
set a lot of us up.
we found Nero's sleep paralysis demon.
All right. Now that bit of questioning is done, you guys are gathered with each other again. I would say this is a good opportunity for everybody to take a moment and share their notes with each other if you guys want to with your characters and try to talk through and explain to each other how's the case is so far as you guys understand. Just so everyone's like on the same page and not confused about anything.
Shit, we had to take notes?
If you didn't take notes, that's fine. You can ask me questions, and then I can help you.
Yes,
Took a
Mel.
lot of notes. I have tons.
Yeah, like I said, if you didn't take notes, that's completely fine.
Okay.
You just
Can I
feel
copy
free to-
somebody's notes?
I'm like Brad. I was like, oh shit, we were supposed to take notes
Yeah, you
during the
guys can share each-
projector.
yeah, you guys can share notes if you want, or just ask me questions. I can answer, and then yeah.
Hey Max, remember like during school, like when they have to put something like on the whiteboard, they have to use like this projector screen
Oh yeah.
with the like magnifier. Like, it was so dumb.
Yep. The little overlay,
Yeah,
clear
the
see-throughs.
yeah. I
Yeah.
was like, I can't
then
see
you-
that.
Yep, and you gotta write in like shitty, like erasable marker.
Yeah.
Yep, love that.
Oh my god. I wonder if they
Yep.
still use that.
Oh, they do.
Oh.
Trust me, they do. My many early math classes made me remember.
Oof.
Yeah, but yeah. So go ahead. Feel free to share what you guys find if you want, or share notes and what the like. Ask me any questions you want that I can answer.
Okay.
How long is your
Alright.
hair?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
What's your favorite food?
Short and also I want to say lasagna.
I was gonna say short food.
No.
Short hair.
I mean, they're short cakes, so.
Yeah, I'm not a
Very
big
short
cake
cake.
guy.
Yeah, me neither.
Cake is like so overrated. It's not even funny.
I want to try millefeuille.
Yeah,
Where are we
I
sharing
get it.
these notes?
Well, I was just gonna do it in character, but
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can do it in character too. Either way.
All right. We should discuss what we know about the first murder. The order of things, if you will. My understanding is there was a power outage, a gunshot, and then the breath made a loud bang.
Curiously synchronized, isn't it?
Was the goal just to kill Egan, or was there a different goal?
I think Egan played a part in it as a victim, but I don't think it was about killing him purely.
Did anything else happen during the first murder that we all should know?
I'm just trying to remember.
Well, there was somebody in the train car that disappeared.
Somebody.
Yes, I don't know who it was. Which it was suspicious because they sort of vanished, but I know that there are doors to the sides of the train, which I don't quite know how they would have managed to do that without making any sound, but that's sort of the direction they went.
Possibly it was the Onyx Dragonborn that escaped during the bang from the dragon. It would add up.
I think we should also address the fact that our twin Dragonborn sisters here
Oh yeah.
The
Let me-
situation as to which one's alive.
I'm pretty sure at this point. Wait, let me pull up my notes. Hold on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point that Yorlana is Erud and Erud is Yorlana.
And I'm certain they're both still alive.
I think they're both still alive.
The
Oh,
Firebird did not say any of it had died.
This is true.
Why would the Firebird say that none had died if they have a connection to them on a quintessential level to the entire family?
Oh,
One of
I-
them is dead, and the other is playing as the other.
I thought the lifelink was just to the whichever one he's linked to. Is it to the whole family?
Arid is who I thought it was linked to, and then if Arid passes, it goes to her sister.
The next, yeah.
So either one of the sisters is dead and they have the life link, or one of the sisters, no, both of the sisters are alive and nothing has changed with the life link. Either way, funny business is going on here.
Do you think our second victim is actually still alive, or is her sister?
I think they're both still alive, or one has decided to get rid of competition.
Where is she exactly?
I do not know.
Are you asking about Yorlana?
Mm-hmm.
Person that would last know where she last was would be Damien in her VIP room.
We don't know that he met with.
Yeah,
Okay.
if Damien wants to share that, of course.
I don't know if I should or not.
It's up to you. No, it's up to you. Like,
Yeah.
don't feel forced if you want to keep it close to your
Yeah.
chest.
I haven't seen her.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm quite sure.
Blocks approach. And he gives him a very audible sniff.
He's gonna twitch. I suggest you move away from me.
Mr. Blocks, you said to trust Damien.
Trust but verify, young man. Trust but verify.
Go ahead and roll for perception. You can smell distinct lavender on him.
Mmm. A sweet flowery smell. Lavender.
He's just gonna stand up and hold the bag of holding in his arms. But he's not gonna say anything.
I will just
Well-
remind. Oops, sorry.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
I will just remind you, sir, that there are lives on this train, and some of them are being sacrificed.
I understand, but as I said, I have not seen her.
And they have passed you without you knowing.
That is quite possible.
Fair enough. Either way, someone is still at large on the train.
Then I
Okay.
suggest that we go find them.
Well, let's discuss what we know about the person at large / the killer. We know, yeah, we know the killer is able to move about the train quite freely, to the point that they were able to escape the train. They would have needed magnetic boots in order to stay on top of the train while moving around. If we make the assumption that the killer slash the person at large also made the Warforged malfunction, they also have claws. We can assume that they tried to escape using the bang from the dragon's breath, which must mean they have to be the Onyx Dragonborn.
This is fair assessment.
Who are all the Onyx Dragonborns we know of right now?
There is the bouncer that I'm aware of, and the two sisters. Perhaps there were more.
But we know that the Onyx Dragonborn, that the dragon smelled of flowers, so it would have to be one of the girls.
And as I recall, only one of them smelled of flowers. Because I did tell.
That would be correct, and it would have been Erud, according to Damien.
Yes, the one that died did not bear that smell that I remember.
Which is why I think Yorlana might be dead, and Erud assumed her identity.
Quite the switcheroo. And how would this...
Final.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
How would this complicate things?
Do you say how would this complicate them?
Yeah, just rhetorically.
Well, we don't understand why she would have done all this, but we know that she's trying to lead us off the trail. But we have a way of confirming the identity. If we can find the mark on the back of her neck that indicates the link to the Firebird.
Alright. Mark on the back of the neck. That detail completely slipped my mind.
I have it all here in my notes.
Good boy.
Oh, thank you, thank you. If she has the mark on the back of her neck, that implies that she is Erud. So I think the next thing we should do is go find her.
We should also examine the corpse of the... Or,
Good idea.
if we can't find it, ask where they keep bodies. I know on some cruise ships they have their own little morgue.
Doesn't seem like they have one on here. It's not based on the information we have.
We haven't opened these doors yet either.
This is true.
Hello, conductor.
Yeah?
Do you keep bodies anywhere in this car?
What kind of question is that?
One I'd like to
Answer his question.
That's what, no, those are our quarters, little man.
Ah, my apologies. Foxy schedule looks an open one. Investigation time. Da 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 da. Keep going.
She looks to you all and goes like, "What did I say about getting out of here? Out."
We'll leave. We're just discussing things.
Technically, we are leaving into another room.
You find nothing of worth inside this room.
And he shuts the door. Quietly.
All right. Let's head back to the crime scene and examine the body for that mark.
I agree.
I'm not going first.
I figured you were stuck or something, Mel.
Yeah. Ah, what is going? Why are there duplicates of me?
Are there?
I see
What the
one.
fuck? I see two.
See one.
Might be a little
I
bit of
see one
lag
right
on
now.
your side.
The fuck? Ah! Alright, now I completely lost track of what just happened.
You good?
Yeah, I'm brain farting.
Okay. Okay. As the group leaves the train car, Damien, you feel vibrations coming from your crystal communicator.
Is there a place to, like,
There's a side room over here, yeah?
alright. Oh, it's a toilet.
Yes.
I need to piss. I'll be right back.
Was that in character or out of character?
In character, child.
Child.
What? You're like 30 something?
35.
Yeah, I'm older than you. Shut up.
Are you older than Shrine now?
I'm not talking to Shrine, I'm talking to you. He's going to very quietly open the communication device.
Lox is very quietly going to listen in.
Oh no, by this point all you guys left the train car, so
Oh, that's fine.
yeah. So on the crystal communication device, the dark visage of Hong appears to you again. Behind his office desk as he asks, "What news do you bring?"
I think I have a good idea who the culprit is that is trying to frame you.
Ooh.
Is she Onyx Dragonborn, Max?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
A female Onyx Dragonborn. She seems to know you very well. Something about a contract that you broke when you married your wife.
A female Onyx? I don't remember any. His face suddenly freezes and he goes, "Oh no."
Is everything alright, sir?
He sits back in his seat. That was a contract? We were so young. Okay. I believe I know who you refer to. Is it someone from here, Fairhaven?
Yes, sir.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, so it is her.
Should
Yes, I knew her when we were younger.
Shall I take her out, sir?
She just goes, "You're saying that she is the one responsible for trying to defame me?"
I'm pretty sure she is. She seems
Is
to
she
know a lot about you. And about
Is she-
me.
And is she also the one that killed Egan?
That I'm still trying to find out.
Hmm. And how are your little compatriots doing?
They don't seem to be none the wiser about me, but we seem to be making progress on the investigation.
Well, based on how much time has passed, I suspect that you'll be in Fairhaven by the morning, so time is running out.
I understand.
So we will have to expedite this. He looks at you and goes, Damien, I authorize you to speak to these compatriots of yours about your mission and its importance.
I understand, sir. I will call
I
you when
hope
the
you-
mission is done.
And then you just hear a door crash open and he just goes like, Tom, is that a work call? And he just goes, no, my love, it's interior decorator for the new room.
Imagine.
You hear and see a silver dragoness in the back going like, I told you, no work calls on vacation.
It's true, madam. I am talking to Mr. Long about the interior decoration for your new nursery.
See? And just talking about the interior decoration, my love. Nothing for work. You see, now, Mr. Dirk, now you make sure those plans we talked about gets done, all right?
I
And,
understand.
And remember that you're free now to make the adjustments that I refer to as well.
Yes, sir. I will have it done.
All right. And then the phone ends as you hear the dragoness just goes like, okay, we
You ever have to lie to yourself, Mel?
Waifu not happy.
Nope.
Ooh, ow. He's gonna.
You okay?
No, I'm fine. He's gonna close the communication device and put it in back in his like a concealed pocket and leave the lavatory.
Okay. You join up with the others as they travel to where? Where are you guys going?
I want to investigate the body, the Erud's body, supposed Erud's body. Yeah.
So back to the bar room, basically.
Yeah.
All right. So let me change the map.
We just need a good stiff drink. And maybe throw an annoying little man out the window.
Not the annoying little man. Where
Sorry.
will we get our entertainment?
Close to cracking this one, I feel like. Just don't have the motive.
Land of honorable swordsmen, knowledgeable in the arts and culture.
Oh, sorry about that. Oh God.
You alright?
Yeah. It's my condition. Sorry about that.
It's cool.
Sorry. What were you saying, Mel?
Nothing.
Okay. All right. So back to matters. I'll change the map.
He's dying.
Okay. You guys return to the bar car, where you see the body of Erud still laying over the bar tabletop, now with a white cloth laid over the body. You see there's some chalk drawings over the weapon over here. And you see a police chief is talking with Hortix and also Delisandra.
Mr. Blocks, sneak up to the body and look at the neck.
Damien, you find that now before Chief Arlen notices would be a good time to deliberate with your compatriots.
He's gonna stop Blocks from doing anything, like putting an arm out.
Block stops.
Listen, I have not been truthful to you all, but it is very, very imperative that we find out who this murderer is before we reach Fairhaven.
I quite agree.
That's what we're doing.
He's like hesitant at first, but he kind of steals through it and just like breathes sharply and clears his mind. Whoever this murderer is trying to frame my proprietor of the crime, which he is innocent of.
I suspected that as well.
Excuse me.
So who is your proprietor?
He thinks for a minute. The less you know about who he is, the safer you will be. Just know that it is very, very imperative that we find out who this imposter is before we reach Fairhaven. For everyone's
Damien.
sake.
Yes, quite agreed.
Yes,
Might-
little one. Sorry.
Is there anything about either murder that you didn't tell us about?
Max, can you remind
Deliberate?
Yeah.
So the first murder, you noticed the knife that was stabbed on Egan's back. It was discovered that it was a knife from the personal collection of Hong from Long Industries, which is the main method being used to implicate him in this murder.
What I recognize on the first body is that that knife belonged to my boss from the Long Industries. Whoever
That's
stole
definitely.
whoever stole that is trying to put the blame on him.
Then perhaps there's a pattern here with the other murder weapon. We have a Long Industries weapon, and we have a secret weapon that was muddily acquired from the little gnome man. That's blueprints, at least.
And I must apologize. I have lied before. I did meet with that that Onyx Dragonborn woman. She invited me to her cabin.
And what did you do there?
We spoke only briefly. She seems to have a chip on her shoulder, but I have a sneaking suspicion she is trying to get back at my boss for breaking some kind of contract before my time.
That scans.
I have a sneaking suspicion she might be the culprit.
And I suspect that her fountain may be into it.
So, I hate to say this, but I need your help, and I would be forever grateful if you can help me catch whoever's behind it.
It is in our mutual interest, so I will not charge you, or expect amnesty, or any other kind of favor.
He's gonna do a very traditional Eastern style bow towards everyone as his way of showing gratitude.
We're gonna solve this case.
'Cause Asian.
Had to specify.
Yes.
Just in case.
As this is going on, Damien, an idea strikes up to you. You have a very particular set of skills here. One in particular that allows you to talk with a dead body.
Oh,
But in order to do that, you need a distraction and a way for Police Chief Arlen and everyone that's not in this group to leave.
Listen, I have a certain skill that might help us, but I need to get to the body, and I need the police chief and everyone that's not in our circle to leave the room.
I have an idea. Just you'll know when to do your thing.
He's going to nod.
All right,
God.
guys. Wish me luck.
Oh god.
Oh god, what is he gonna do?
I have an almond feeling.
The fuck? What was that?
What is Eru doing?
What are you doing?
What is an Eru doing?
Can you not hear me? Oh, I'm just saying the Chief's name.
I didn't hear it.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah, we didn't hear it.
Oh, okay. Might be Discord. Been having weird issues.
Yeah, he turns around and goes like, "What? What? You
I-
again?"
Hey, I know you're upset with me and you don't like me, but I think I saw the murderer in the engineering room. You gotta follow me.
But aren't you all supposed to be in your quarters?
Shh, Chief, I saw the guy. You gotta follow me now.
Roll for persuasion.
Oh, fuck.
Wait, do I have some kind of spell or something that could help here?
Let me check.
I know Paladins get something. Oh, never mind. It's just saving throw. Damn.
Well, actually, you're right. This would be either a persuasion or deception, and you do have this nifty little spell called Loki's Gift.
Oh, that's right.
Well, what's this? Okay.
Now, the thing here is that it only works for the self, but I'm gonna allow you to use it on someone else.
Okay. So, with very, very subtly, his eyes are gonna go like faintly blue as he casts Loki's Gift on what is his name again?
Neru.
Neru.
Yeah.
And let me just target him. Beep, because I know
good
how
call.
you are like that.
Yep. Yay. All right. I'm gonna say you don't need to roll a save here because obviously you want this to go through. Oh wait, no. The police chief needs to roll a charisma save. Let's see.
Oh, for the ability to go off. Okay.
Nope.
Oh. I was about to say, no, no, no.
All right. So,
The police chief looks at you and looks at your panic, and from the spell, he's just like, "All right, well, don't just stand there. Tell us where he is."
Come on, Chief. In the engineering room. Everybody, come on, let's go.
Or takes his guns like, "Oh, I gotta see this." And like he's being led by Police Chief Arlen by like cuffs and chains. While Delisandra follows you.
Oh
Just
wait,
to
I
see
don't
who-
have that spell. Speak with dead. Rip.
What you say?
I don't have the spell Speak with Dead.
Oh wait, I thought you picked it.
I could have sworn I did.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay. For the purpose of this, I'll just say you have it. Because I thought you told me you had it.
I could have sworn I picked it.
That's okay.
Maybe it
That's on me too. I
go
should have
on.
checked.
I mean, you did bring it up last session, so it just.
You
Yeah,
probably
I-
had it and it didn't save or something.
yeah, maybe something weird happened.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh.
I'll just add it to your spell list now.
Okay.
If the
Um,
intention was there.
I'd like to also make the point that as I'm running out, I will look at the whole crew as if saying, make sure you check the back of that neck for that mark.
Okay, go ahead and unprepare one of your spells and just prepare Speak with Dead, Mel. I added it to your thing.
Okie dokie. Let's see here. How do I? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, press the little book button.
And speak with that. Thank you.
There you go.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
laugh-
Neru guides all of them out of the room and allows the team to have leeway with the body.
Oops.
And Neru's gone, but I'll add in the camera so that Palm can see.
So he's gonna quietly fuck. There we go. He's
He's
gonna
gonna quietly fuck.
stop. He's gonna quietly walk over to the corpse, placing the bag of holding next to him,
Mhm.
and then he's going to weave his hands around as if he's casting a spell on the corpse itself, and then he'll say a few words that sound like hush whispers, and he's gonna cast Speak with Dead. No.
Baldur's Gate taught me how to do a Speak with Dead voice. Yeah, that shit.
Corpus communicum.
Okay.
Corpus communicum. Corpus communicum.
Is that actually gonna be the spell word? Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna say, for this particular Speak with Dead, you can ask it 5 questions.
Okay.
That's it.
What should I ask?
Now, for the purposes of this, I'm going to ask that you tell me which question you're finalizing for each one, just so I don't like misunderstand
Oh,
when you
okay.
guys are. Yeah.
He's
I
gonna
guess-
he's going to look towards the group with his glowing green eyes now. If you have a question, say
The
it.
body, enchanted by your spell, floats up in a macabre manner. The body dangling in midair as her eyes, long dead, glows green, just like yours.
If you have a question, ask it now.
And I'm gonna say Damien specifically knows that it's 5 questions only.
But you may only answer 5. Choose carefully.
I have a suggestion, but I think the group needs to know and confirm it. Just to confirm the identity, should we ask their name?
That was the first thing I was thinking.
Yes. I agree.
Is that your final answer?
For the first question, yes.
That's a play who wants to be a millionaire.
Would you like to call a friend?
Isn't that
Ask
what
the
we're doing?
audience.
It's like, what is your name?
You're Lana Decanis.
Well, that answers that question.
Yeah, that's 1.
How did you die, perhaps, is something we could ask.
He's gonna look for affirmation towards the other 2. How did you die?
Looked down and saw blood, pain. Everything went dark.
Oh,
Okay, that's 2.
they don't know. Yolanda does not know, I don't think.
I mean, if she was shot, and that's technology she's not familiar with.
Perhaps who was in the room with her when that happened?
What was that?
Who was in the room with her when it happened?
Who was in the room with you when it happened?
My sister. Erud.
That should be 3. What's that? That's a bit.
Yeah, that's 3 so far. 2 more.
Trying to think of 2 more meaningful ones.
This is the fun to speak with dead.
Hmm.
Be quick. I cannot hold this spell for long.
Do you have any final requests?
Mr. Damien, please safeguard it.
Safeguard what?
The gift I have given you.
He's gonna look a bit confused, and it almost interrupts the spell.
Lox approaches Damien
I stopped glowing green for a second. He's like, wait, what?
and tries to check the back of his neck.
Damien's hair, which is pretty long, has been covering the back of his neck. When you take a look at the back of it, you see what looks like to be a very, very elaborate oriental bird tattoo on there.
Lox raises his sunglasses, 80s movie moment, and he asks the man, "Do you know who your parentage goes? How far back it goes? May you have some sort of connection to this family?
What?
You have a funny little mark."
He's gonna look confused, and the spell interrupts, and the corpse drops to the floor.
Oh no!
Oh, man.
You had one question left.
Well, I was going to say he said protect what, and I'm like, wouldn't that be the last question?
It's okay. We don't deal with technicalities there.
He's gonna like rub the back of his neck, and he's looking absolutely confused.
Yeah, the body just, by the way, slams back onto the bar table.
I don't remember having such a mark.
You then remember to yourself when the girl in the green dress slid her hand over yours when you were talking.
Oh. Did she pass that shit on to me?
Yup.
Oh, that fucking twat.
Potato.
Yum.
Would this be that this is the connection to the Firebird? Yeah,
Yes.
that's been passed on. Okay.
She passed it on to me.
That would explain why the Firebird doesn't think anyone's died.
He's just like bug-eyed and just, I don't know, like surprised, angry, in shock, that sort of thing. But then he like creepily composes himself and picks up his bag of holding and just grimaces. We need to hurry.
Yeah, the delicious thing about here is that you guys had one question left and it's gone.
This is the opportunity to ask the old bitch if she's actually an old bitch all over again. Well, I think it's fair to say if this birthright is actually something that's part of this piece, you might be a wanted man next.
Not the first time.
Huh?
Don't worry about it.
Might sound a bit odd, but does the bird need to be informed?
I'm not going near that bird.
Is he afraid?
I'm sure she can figure it out herself.
Yes, I suspect if the Firebird had a problem with it, they would make it announced.
Well, the Firebird doesn't seem to know anything's changed.
This isn't surprising to me because I was expecting this to be play dead.
Excuse me.
Meanwhile, Nero's like fucking dragging a bunch of
No,
people with him.
It's over here. No, it's over here. No, it's over here.
Red herring.
What a mega weenie.
Did I ever tell you about the other case I solved?
Here's a hat.
So, what would the group like to do now?
Just for curiosity's sake, he's going to look at the corpse's neck just to see if there's any kind of trace of a mark.
You don't see traces of a mark. It doesn't look like something that would be scrolled onto the scales. It looks like something that would just be magically transferred. So,
God, he's just confirming that. Yeah, okay.
yeah,
'Cause you never know, you know.
you're right.
Well. So it was Yolana that...
It was Yolana that gave that mark to me.
So that confirms it. And the dead has spoken and... Does your use of this spell preclude anyone else, once the train has stopped, of speaking to the dead?
Wait, what did you ask?
Does the use of this spell mean that someone else, when this train stops, cannot interrogate the dead?
Once the questions have been asked, the spell cannot be used again on that corpse.
We have a problem.
Why?
You are a suspect, and now we cannot interrogate the dead in any official capacity. Almost as if they planned it this way.
Just within 10 days. Yeah, the
Oh,
spell can be used again after 10 days.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I was gonna say, oh, we just kind of fucked ourselves just as
I mean, technically, you guys are like all sorts of just like going well beyond your parameters right now.
Oh,
so.
yeah. Block thinks.
All this new information to you guys as to update you on the case, and Kane. I was about to call you Kanan. Damien, you remember your boss's estimate as well with how long it's been, and that you will be arriving in Fairhaven by morning time, which means that judgment time is nearly coming, and time is running out on this case.
So
Perhaps we should confront the other sister.
that's a good idea. Post haste. And he's just gonna speed walk out of the cart.
To the Batmobile.
So, are you guys gonna do like a big confrontation moment where you point the finger, or is this just a let's meet the bitch moment?
Yeah, let's meet her and see what happens.
Okay. Gonna be a very cramped little VIP cabin.
And who knows? Maybe we'll kick a bouncer's ass too.
Give me a moment. The video game is updating.
Loading screen of Nehru leading the chief captain and his buddies right now. Loading. Maybe Silent Hill 2 feet marks just appearing.
Alright, changing map.
Yeah,
Yes?
that scared me.
Alright. You guys return to the VIP cart. On the way there, running by Boris, and you see the bodyguard standing in front of what is presumably Yorlana's VIP cabin. Boris just looks at you and goes like, "Oh, hello you all. How's it going?"
Out of character question, but does Boris have little claws?
Little claws?
I mean, might this species just have little nails or claws or anything? like that?
Basically. Yeah, a little bit.
Just something to keep in mind.
His are definitely filed though.
I can't
Oh,
believe
okay.
it was Boris.
What you say?
I can't believe it was Boris.
Man. Boris looks at you and goes like, "Oh, hello all. Did you all manage to find something?"
A few things. How about you?
Yeah. Well, packing my stuff really.
Hmm. What
I'm
sort
to
of
be
things-
relieved of my station
Oh.
once we make the stop.
Oh. Bad performance review?
Well, there's the matter of me having let you guys out and given all your possessions back. But it's okay. I'm sure I can find something else.
Keep in touch.
Damien is going to walk to Boris and give him a little card.
Everybody's gave this man job offer.
Sometimes that's how it be.
He looks at you and goes like, "Oh, is this a bill?"
Call me in 5 days.
Oh, how very
5 days
specific.
to live.
I might have a job offer for you from my boss.
Oh, how very kind. Is it specifically 5 days or?
Specifically 5 days.
Oh, okay. I'll do my best to remember. God, I hope I don't oversleep.
Well,
And do I need one of those fancy crystal communication devices?
No.
I think I gave my ex-wife mines.
Send me a letter
Yeah.
then.
Okay, Mr. Damien. Is there a last name today?
Just Damien.
Okay. It's just, when I send that through the mail, there might be a lot of Damiens around, and
Send it to Hong Long's Manor.
okay. But thank you so much for the job offer. I seriously mean it. You all seem like good people.
Stay
Retired
stay
group looks
safe.
around with-
Stay safe out there.
I will. Just waiting for this whole madness to resolve itself. Hopefully, coming through the positive end for you folks.
and if you have anything you may have overlooked that you'd like to tell us now, that would be a good time.
He scratches his head. I can't think of anything. I think I told everything I knew.
I
Was
I would like
traveling
to,
by with my cart. I saw Miss Delisandra talking outside of the VIP department. And then I believe I got spooked by the power surge and left my cart.
I would like to make an insight check just to see if he's being honest, or if the
Sure. Go ahead. Yep. Every word that comes out of this man is so sincere that you feel like this man doesn't even know how to lie effectively.
Yeah, that's satisfying. That checks out. And Blocks is satisfied.
And you
Well,
see him just kind of take out the two business cards given to him by by Venice and by Hong, and he just says, "Oh dear, which one should I go with?"
Keep your options open. And if neither of those work out, you can always look to be a gigolo.
I'm sorry, what?
You heard me.
Oh right, the the thing. I don't know. I don't think I'm very attractive.
How many children do you have again?
I think I've lost count after 18.
Your self-image issues floor me, sir.
Oh, well, thank you, but that's why my wife said it's not hard to pump them out.
Literally.
That says more about her than you, I suppose.
I love them all, though. He takes out a little wallet, and you see what immediately scrolls out like an accordion. Are all like little scrawled drawings that his daughters have given him.
Oh my god.
That's the
Gracious.
cutest shit ever.
Still counting. I think my wallet maker is starting to get very annoyed with me.
Oh my.
But oh, I suppose there was one strange thing I noticed. Didn't come up to me at the time, but I didn't think it was relevant.
Hmm? Do tell.
Well, perhaps I'm going a little senile, but right when the power surge happened, I swear to God, the explosions doesn't mess with my ears. All I heard was just a loud droning noise in my ear.
A droning noise.
Yeah,
Sort of
it.
a high-pitched or low-pitched or...
I don't know. It was almost like I had tinnitus, and then I got so spooked that I just ran from the cart.
So more like a ringing.
No, I wouldn't say ringing. I'm so sorry. I was so spooked I can't remember exactly what it sounded like, but it was a very elongated droning noise. It came from outside the window.
Interesting. Which window?
The windows outside of this compartment car, actually. This was the VIP car that I was driving the cart by when, well, I had to abandon it out of fear.
Interesting.
But, time to go, fulfill my pink slip. I'm sorry to have bothered you all.
Be well, I suppose.
I will. I hope you all, not go to prison. He just says.
We too.
And immediately when this happens, Nero, you run dashing through the door, having ran from everybody who is now pissed off that you were definitely not showing them where the killer was.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Sorry.
Can I get you some refreshment? I mean, I'm fired now, but
Alright.
you look very tired.
Fire? What happened, Boris?
Well, I just ran into your friends over there, and I just gave them my well, I suppose you can call it my farewell. To be fired when the station comes by.
Okay. 1 second. I pull a business card out of my jacket.
Oh dear. Is this what I think it is?
Okay. Boris. Okay. I'm an up-and-coming detective. If you ever want a job, you can become my sidekick. Just like in my books. You can help me solve cases.
Oh, like I can't. There was a one of those famous detectives and doctor combos.
Yeah, except I'll be the famous detective, and you're not really a doctor, but well, you have your own skills.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, I can certainly try to get one of those fancy doctor degrees.
Well, that'll take too long. I need a sidekick, so hopefully after all this, you can just show up. You have my card,
I
you have my address. Just show up.
he adds it to his set of business cards already given to him. And said, "I will definitely consider it, young man. Thank you so much, and I'm
Oh
sure
my-
you will become a famous detective one day.
I'm gonna solve this case, Boris. You'll see.
I am sure of it."
All right, bye, Boris.
He just walks away.
All right. Let's pretend I got a brain dump of everything that has happened.
Yeah, you guys pretty much catch Neru up on the situation.
Okay. So she was.
And now what stands before you is the bodyguard blocking your way.
All right, get us in that room.
Damien's gonna walk up to the bodyguard. She in?
She was like, and why would you want to know?
Because I want to talk to her.
She looks at you and goes like, well, I don't care what the hell you want. My job's about what she wants. She didn't say anything about wanting to talk to you a second time.
It is of great importance that I must speak with her. If she wants her contract with Mr. Long be honored.
He raises a brow. He knocks on the door slightly. Mr. Kenneth, it's the brass one. Says he wants to talk to you again about your contract. She lets out a small voice throughout the door that you can hear. Oh, very well. Let him in. She also has some others with him. I suppose I wouldn't mind if they came in as well.
It's gonna be so cramped.
Oh, yeah. And she just says, so long as I don't mind the cramped accommodations. He stands aside, but he gives you like the I'm watching you gesture, Damien.
He's gonna do it right back to him, and he's gonna walk in.
Is he doing the Korra thing?
Yeah. And he kind of motions everybody to come in before, they're
Okay. All right, so everybody floods into the room. Basically, I'm gonna try and fit you all in here the best I can.
Good luck.
Oh yeah.
Like sardines. All right, there you go. Oh, and also Venice. And
Ooh, excuse me.
Shrine, I saw your message. It's okay. I think after this little interrogation, we can call for now, and then we can schedule for the next part.
Okay.
This is getting interesting. I thought it would end here, but you guys are killing it. But yes, go ahead and continue with the scene, everybody.
Ooh, woo.
And you see Yorlana looks over at you, Damien, and goes like, "Well, Mr. Damien, it seems like you've gotten along better with your new friends."
We have come to a mutual understanding.
As I can see. Well, I'm afraid that my room isn't anything interesting to look at. It's rather cramped, even for VIP quarters, I'm afraid.
It's less about the room and more about you.
Oh? And what is it about me that you're here for, Mr. Damien and friends?
He's gonna allow Neru to have the floor.
Thank
Well-
you, Mr. Damien. Miss Yorlana. Or-
Yes, I can hear you.
Or should I call you Erud?
Dun dun dun!
I'm just imagining he has like the fucking the surprise golfer like head turn. Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun.
And she just looks at you. It's like, I'm not my deceased sister. I do not know what you mean.
What the crap, lady?
Kid's got
We already spoke to your dead sister.
He raises the brow at your cussing.
She told us she was Yorlana, which means you have to be Erud.
You spoke to my dead sister's corpse.
That's right, lady. We know everything.
Considering the rules of Police Chief Arlen, I'm going to go ahead and assume that you did this without his permission, or mine, for that matter. Violating a
better
dead
believe-
body under everyone's watch.
That's right. He's incompetent. He's never gonna solve this case because you're trying to throw everyone off. Isn't that right, Erud?
Well, I'm sorry, little detective, but I'm sure you understand that throwing such baseless accusations against me when you did, supposedly, violated my sister's corpse by questioning it with what I assume to be unseemly means.
Is that really the phrasing for that?
She's just like, well, I don't know what else you would describe it when you did all of this without our express permissions. And that I would have to go by your word that this all happened without confirmation.
Oh, there'll be confirmation when we land, and they question the body.
And,
Yeah.
like your friend said, they would be questioning the body, though that would be under their jurisdiction, my approval, and not from the people that are suspects in this case.
Lady, don't worry. We already know everything. I know why you killed your sister already.
Oh? You would assume that I killed her?
You better believe it. You wanted that link to the Firebird.
She kind of raises a brow at you. The Firebird?
Yeah, the Firebird. Yeah, we know about that, lady. We know.
The Firebird knows you.
So, let me get this straight. In addition to having unseemly knowledge with my sister's corpse that you extracted from her without permission or consent, you also are in the know of some forbidden knowledge by going into restricted areas that you should have not been in on this train.
That's right, lady. But guess what? I know what you were doing during the first murder. Seems like you were doing some in some restricted areas too, according to the Blue Dragon.
And do you have proof of this, my good
We have
little
testimony.
detective?
If we bring you in front of the dragon, guess what he's gonna say?
So you would expect us to believe the testimony of a dragon that's in captivity and potentially harbors resentment against his captors. Quite frankly, I'm not hearing anything convincing, little detective.
It's not just about one clue, it's about everything adding up. We have your sister's body, we have the Blue Dragon. What do you have to say for yourself, Erud?
Little detective, all I'm hearing is a lot of baseless accusations and circumstantial evidence that, quite frankly, you came about in an illegal manner.
Alright, how
If
about
you're
this for illegal? Damien, what does she smell like?
He's gonna walk up to her until they're like almost touching noses.
Oh.
And then he's gonna lean his nose
She's
down.
gonna be like, "Why, Mr. Damien, that's rather forward."
He's gonna just grab her by the shoulders and sniff at her neck.
She's just gonna literally shove him off and goes like, "I don't think I need to tell you, Mr. Damien, that this is a breach of personal space and would look quite poorly on you if I were to call my bodyguard in here."
Shut up.
Fox quietly looks for a bottle of lavender perfume.
Now, as I smelled her, what does she smell like, Max?
Not like lavender.
Curious. She doesn't smell like lavender.
Hey,
If you're
that's a
meaning
little
the scent
weird.
that my sister usually carries, then yes. She would smell like lavender, but as you can see, I do not smell like anything of the sort.
Alright. You got me on that one. But we got more.
Now, Mr. Detective, I suppose it might be a little bit of a stretch to call you that in any official capacity, as you are both a child and also a suspect and also not authorized to do anything in a police means. But have you heard of the phrase, "put your money where your mouth is"? If you're so confident about these accusations, why not make them official?
You're right. Maybe we need the chief.
Dun dun dun.
He'll be quite a help, I'm sure.
He may be incompetent, but when we add all these clues together, it's gonna be hard to refute the facts.
Now, I will remind you that once you do this, it would be quite a stir if you were to make accusations that are either debunked or false or lead to nowhere. Then I'm afraid your situations in the eyes of the law might worsen. We're no savages over in Fairhaven, but I can assure you that we have some very final punishments comes to, well, crimes that you would have committed if you were to do this.
Yes, I'm well aware.
And from what I can understand, we are nearly approaching our destination.
Look, I have multiple witnesses. One's dead, one's a dragon. But I've got you in the snare, lady. You're the one who's gonna have to prove that you're not Erud.
She just grins. Oh, yes, sure. Prove that there's no conspiracy going about where I am my deceased sister. I'm sure that'll be very hard for me to prove. Now, will that be all? Or will I have to call my man Bruce to come in here and escort you all out?
I'm done. Anyone else have any questions?
Are you the owner of that smelly cat?
What?
He goes like, I do know not of what you mean. I do not have a cat on me.
Who owns these animals?
She just shrugs. I'm sure I don't know, Miss Hogan.
I'm sure you don't either. Let's think. Thinking.
Oh, Mr. Narrow, what shall it be? Will you take your punishment and speak with the law? Or would you like to put your money where your mouth is?
Money where my mouth is? What's the... I'm gonna talk to the law. What's the other option?
We all hang.
That's
Your
right.
friend would be correct.
So we're gonna talk to the law. And we're gonna find out who's doing what in this train.
Very well. Let it be a final confrontation then, little detective. Perhaps a final and sobering lesson for you as well to be interfering in adult matters.
We'll just have to see.
And we're going to go ahead and stop this here, as the next session is going to definitely, at this point, be the finality.
Oh
As you
my
guys
gosh.
yeah, you guys are about to pull the trigger on this shit, and we're gonna see if you guys are right.
Eh.
It's wild.
Yeah, I think we got this.
We still haven't found the magnetic boot, and still haven't explored outside of the.
Yeah,
Okay.
didn't expect. Yep, go ahead,
It-
Mel.
If somebody is on the top of this train, I'm pretty sure they're dead already.
Yeah, there's that and the magnetic boots. I mean, they could just be in a room, but
I mean, if we need somebody to go out and check the train, Venice can do that.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
The
that's
spider
right.
climb would work.
That's right.
Does
Glorious.
whatever Spider-Man does.
Despite being a rogue, I don't think Blocks has spider climb on him.
I love that Damien just starts sniffing the shit out of her.
Mhm.
Never underestimate the power of smell. It's a fucking broken superpower in real life.
But yeah, great job everybody on this session. I hope you all had fun.
Um,
Next session, we're gonna do the classic parlor room scene.
Rattles.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Are you gonna download the
recording of the stream.
yeah
Yes,
to edit it out?
Yeah.
Let me know when you do that so I can delete it.
Alright, I will.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. I
ASAP.
just have to stop it here because I think Rattles and Shrine need some rest.
Yeah,
Been a very-
I'm sadly slowly falling asleep.
Oh yeah, all good.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
and
I unpublished it. Just
Yeah.
let me know when you wake up so I can publish it again, and then you can do it.
Yeah. Trust me, the finale to this is gonna be a big one, so I need everybody awake for it. So trust.
Yeah,
it's
that's-
gonna have
I
to
was like, I
stretch into
don't
next
wanna-
time.
It
I
feels
was like, I
this-
don't want to be like falling asleep
So
during.
next session, you all will get to be Benoit Blanc.
Oh boy.
Nice. Yeah, well, I'll be thinking of how to snare this lady.
It
Oh,
feels
yeah.
like there's
Yeah.
Xanax game piling up here.
Yeah, take this as also a good time for you guys to go over all your evidence, collaborate with each other as to how to, well, for lack of a better word, point a finger at this lady. I was gonna say finger her.
Oh
mean,
shit.
If we
That's
roll well
definitely
enough, she might
what-
like that.
Oh my
She
god.
seems that kind
Yeah.
of sadistic.
Yes. With our private dicks being able to finger her.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. No, apparently not.
That's amazing.
What's that performance roll for?
Don't worry about it.
All right. So, thank you everybody for joining me on this session. When would be a good time for you guys to schedule? What is it now? Part 4?
Let me check the calendar. Uh, I can do next Sunday, and pretty much
Yeah,
all.
so- let
Go
me
ahead.
check. Let me check Sins of Our Elders just to make sure I'm not.
We're not gonna be
stomping on
playing
any toes.
anytime soon, dude.
Yeah, I just need to make sure that we're not stomping on any toes.
Right.
So January 28th is our tentative next session. That's still, as far as you know, going ahead, right, Mel?
Unless somebody says they can't make it.
Okay, so that means the 21st, meaning next Sunday, is open. Let me check with Barovia. I don't think we have something that weekend, do we? 20th. Okay, so we do have something that session. So if we do the 21st, it will be the 20th and the 21st D&D weekend.
Are you sure
So
you want
is-
to do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I should be fine with it if everyone's okay with the 21st, which would be this coming Sunday.
Okay.
Yep.
Uh,
Work. Yep.
I
Works for
don't
you.
know if, like, 'cause, you know, given stuff, I don't know if we're going to be able to do the 21st and the 20th.
Do you guys want to schedule it further out then, or?
I mean, I don't want to, but we might
Oh.
need to.
I have a
Okay.
snap
Wait,
idea. I have
What-
an
What'd you
I
say,
have an
Paul?
idea. Cause are people? I'd be down to do it tomorrow if people are off. I'm just putting it out there.
I am off, though I'm not sure if everybody else, because like I don't think it's a situation of like, for Rattles and Shrine, they're going through like something right now. I don't think
Oh, I
it's like
gotcha.
a work situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I'd be down, but I don't think that this is a situation where it's more because like work's getting in the way. It's more like some like stressful stuff in the
Yeah.
background.
Yeah. I get
mean,
that.
I guess that's a shrine thing, because I just zoned out for that whole thing.
Of course you did.
Okay, so the 28th is not free. That's Sins of Elders. 20th is Barovia game. 21st is not good for Shrine Rattles because it's too soon. So let's see.
Like, basically, it's because doing 2 of them in the same weekend would be a lot right now.
What
Yeah,
about
no,
the
I understand.
what about the 27th?
The 27th is.
Oh wait, never
Saturday.
mind. Pomp might not be available on Saturdays.
I could do the 20. I'm free probably on the 27th. Oh,
Okay.
actually, hold on one sec. Let me
Oh,
check
okay.
something
Okay.
because I might be going to a concert that Saturday.
Everybody going to concerts.
Yes, the most fearsome enemy in D&D scheduling.
Yeah.
Okay. Should be free. Yeah, the concert's
Alright.
on Friday, so yeah, it should be
So-
free on this.
So tentatively, let's say the 27th of this month for now. Is that cool with everybody?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
It's probably not going to be an overly long session. It's going to be the finale, depending on what you guys do, of course. But it's going to still be a big finale. So yeah. So
Ew.
tentatively, let us schedule for the 27th. That cool with everybody?
That works
Yeah.
for me.
Yep.
All right, same time as usual. So I will go ahead and write it down. Saturday.
Thank you, by the way.
Yeah, no problem. 3:45 p.m. PST. That's going to be 6:45 EST.
Those dice don't have anything on them.
What dice?
The dice that just got rolled.
That's
Wait, you don't see the
I don't
text
see a
on them?
skin on them.
Oh,
Oh,
They have skin for me.
maybe your skin's turned off for some reason.
I have no idea. I know the browser did
Skin.
reset at some point, but I didn't realize it like took out anything.
Yeah, that's probably why. But yeah, is Saturday, January 27th good with you, Jab?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. All right, so we are set for that date. That looks like that's going to be double D&D weekend for me and Pomp because it's going to be Sins of Elders and also one shot.
I don't know.
I think I pressed the wrong button. I meant to press pin. Sorry about that. I meant to press pin.
All good.
Max, why did you pin that to my DM?
Oh shit! That's the wrong chat. All right. That's what happens when you got a lot of D&D chats going on. Why are you copying my laugh?
What's going on?
He's copying my
What's
laugh for the
happening?
evil monk.
No! No!
Oh my
No!
God. You loved when I freaked out about my paycheck.
I did.
The parchment is melting right before my eyes.
It literally it was. I was like, no.
I
just
haven't
parchment.
recorded.
God. Yeah, it was literally turning into mush. I had to panic. That was like, so much money just down the drain if it went away.
No!
Thankfully,
No!
it did process at the bank, so you know, good ending there.
No!
Yeah. But yes, thank you everybody for being awesome little detectives. We will continue this on the 27th for the big finale.
Thank
Right.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to be watching more detective movie finales for inspiration.
Get some
Yeah.
sleep, Rattles.
Yes.
I'm working on it. I'm literally
I hope
falling
everything
asleep in
goes
my
better
chair.
for yeah. Hope everything goes better for you guys, Rattles and Shrine.
Yeah, we're hoping.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
Big
if you need any-
cheese.
My
Yeah.
God, this small child is running in our room.
she
you-
got
yeah.
zoomies.
Our cat's got zoomies.
if you guys need any help or pick me ups, let me know, alright?
Okay.
Yeah, we will. The D&D helps.
Yeah. Okay. So I will see you guys next time.
Yep.
See you later.
Later guys. God, man, you make me hungry. Shit. Alright, bye.
All right,
Bye.
see you guys.